The McDonald's on Fifth Avenue was unusually lively that afternoon. Parents balanced trays of Happy Meals. Kids darted around the play area, and conversations filled the air. Amid this scene, a small boy named Billy Parker sat silently at a corner table. His small hands clutched a crayon he'd taken from the kids' activity pack. His gaze fixed on the table. Opposite him, his stepmother, Mrs. Teresa Parker, glared impatiently. "Eat your nuggets, Billy," she snapped, her tone sharp enough to turn heads. Billy hesitated, nibbling on a single fry. He wasn't just avoiding his food, was avoiding her. Teresa's punishments for minor infractions had grown cruel, leaving Billy trembling and afraid. Every time he confided in his father, Mr. Parker dismissed his concerns. "You're imagining things, Billy," his father would say. "Teresa loves you." Today, however, was different. Just a few tables away Saturday, a man who seemed to command the room. It was Donald Trump, accompanied by two associates. Despite the crowd, his presence was unmistakable. People whispered excitedly and snapped discreet photos on their phones. Billy had seen Trump on TV before. His teacher had once called him a powerful man who could fix problems. Teresa's voice cut through Billy's thoughts, growing harsher as her frustration mounted. The noise in the restaurant seemed to fade as an idea formed in Billy's mind. It was a desperate thought, but it offered a sliver of hope. Gripping the crayon, Billy carefully wrote 3 letters on a napkin, SOS. Beneath it, in uneven scrawl, he added, "Help me, stepmother is hurting me." His heart raced as he folded the napkin and slipped it into his palm. "I need to go to the bathroom," he mumbled. Teresa waved him off without looking up. Instead of heading to the restroom, Billy approached Trump's table. His tiny hand trembled as he extended the napkin. Trump paused mid-conversation, glancing down at the boy. "What's this?" he asked, unfolding the note. The message was clear. Trump's brow furrowed as he looked into Billy's pleading eyes. "Stay right here," he said, his voice calm but commanding. Turning to one of his associates, he added, "Call 911. For the first time in months, Billy felt something. He thought he'd lost hope. As Trump's associate made the call, the tension at their table drew the attention of the McDonald's staff and nearby patrons. The room seemed to hold its breath, the usual chatter replaced by hushed whispers. Teresa, oblivious to the unfolding events, remained engrossed in her phone. She didn't notice the 2 police officers who arrived minutes later, scanning the room. Trump gestured toward them. "Over here," he said, handing them the napkin. "This boy needs help." One officer knelt to Billy's level. "Is this true?" he asked gently. Billy nodded, his voice barely above a whisper. "Yes, she's mean to me. She hurts me when Dad's not around." At that moment, Teresa noticed the commotion. Her eyes narrowed as she stormed over. "What's going on?" she demanded, her tone icy. "Ma'am, we need to ask you some questions," one officer said. "Questions about what?" Teresa snapped. "My stepson is just being dramatic." Trump's calm but firm voice cut through the tension. The boy wrote an SOS message. "You'll explain yourself to the authorities." Teresa's expression faltered. "This is ridiculous. He's lying," she shouted, her voice growing shrill. The officers remained unmoved. One gently but firmly placed a hand on her arm. "Ma'am, we need you to come with us." Her protests echoed as she was escorted out of the restaurant. Billy stood frowning, unsure of what would happen next. Trump placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "You're safe now, kid." At the police station, Billy's story began to unfold. Investigators documented the bruises on his thin frame, evidence of months of abuse. Neighbors corroborated his claims, describing Teresa's harsh punishments and temper. By the end of the week, Teresa faced formal charges of child abuse. Mr. Parker, confronted with irrefutable evidence, broke down in tears. "I'm so sorry, son," he whispered, holding Billy tightly. Social services stepped in, ensuring Billy was placed in a safe and loving environment. Though the wounds of his past would take time to heal, he was finally free. Meanwhile, the story of Trump's intervention made headlines. News outlets praised his quick thinking and willingness to act. When asked about the incident, he simply said, "Any decent person would have done the same." For Billy, the kindness of a stranger changed everything. Settling into his new home, he began to heal. His foster family's warmth and care gave him the stability he had longed for. One quiet evening, as Billy sat by his bedroom window, he picked up the crayon he'd used that fateful day. Staring at it, he whispered softly, "Thank you. Thank you for watching until the very end. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more inspiring stories. Have a wonderful day.